Hey YouTube, how you doing? I'm Will, and this is the Movie Files. This is the first installment of a new ongoing weekly segment here at the Movie Files that we are calling Superhero Sunday. Now, this is going to be the place where I talk about all things comic books and superheroes. And just to clarify some things, I may do videos on Superhero Sunday that are about things that originated in comic books but aren't necessarily superheroes. And I will also be doing videos on things that are superhero related but maybe didn't originate in comic books. But this is, basically this is going to be comic books and superheroes on this segment. And today, what we're going to talk about is something that is both superhero and comic book related, and that is the first season of the Netflix Daredevil series. I spent the past few days watching the first season of Daredevil on Netflix again. I did see it when it came out, but I watched it again because I'm extremely excited for season 2, and man, is this just ever a great show. In tone, Daredevil really is just Arrow if it were rated R. Because it's on Netflix, it's able to go to places that network television just can't, and that adds a whole new level of realism and grittiness that even a PG-13 movie can't really deliver. If there were a guy running around in tights being a superhero in real life, it would be the Daredevil Netflix series. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I didn't hate the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. It has its flaws, to be sure, but it's an enjoyable movie, and the director's cut really added to the enjoyment of the movie for me. Maybe I'll do a retro review of the Daredevil movie in the future here on Superhero Sunday, but this one is dedicated to season 1 of the Netflix series. Now, Daredevil runs 13 episodes, and while you can watch the episodes in a standalone fashion, the series was designed as one long 13-hour movie, and watching it all in order, preferably over a short span, really is the most enjoyable way to watch the series. Unlike Arrow and The Flash and other network shows that run 22 or 23 episodes, Daredevil doesn't have any filler. With only 13 episodes, it just doesn't have time for it. Every episode serves to progress the overall story and to further develop the characters, and at no time does it feel padded or drawn out. The pacing of this show is just phenomenal. In a lot of ways, I felt that the fight choreography in the series was very similar to the style used in the feature film. While the series doesn't make use of the annoyingly cheesy wirework that mostly single-handedly derailed the Daredevil movie, it could be really easy to see these Daredevils being the same person with the way they do fight. A lot of the punches and kicks are very similar, and I really enjoyed that symmetry with the film, even though the two properties are completely unrelated. The acting is more top-notch than anything else in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone in this series is just amazing and has a wonderful grasp of their characters. That's easy to do, however, when you have characters that are written as complete and well-rounded as these are. These aren't comic book characters, these are real people. A common complaint about the MCU is the lack of any interesting or well-crafted villains. That ends right here. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is not just one of the best developed and best written characters in the history of anything, he's also one of the most well-written characters of anything ever. And as is Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson and just about everyone else. These characters are a delight to behold in how they interact with each other and the world they've been dropped into. Daredevil has 2 costumes. The first is a homemade proto-costume very similar to the proto-costume seen in the Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. miniseries, The Man Without Fear. This costume is basically a pair of black cargo pants, a black compression top, and a black bandana worn over the head and eyes. When the first photos of this costume were released, it just looked silly, but actually watching it in the show, it totally works. The final costume, which is a take on the traditional red, is a little dark, but the way it's lit and as dark as the show's environment is, it really does still pop on screen. It's a dark red with some black trim and has a very Kevlar look to it, very similar to the World War II era Captain America costume from Captain America: The First Avenger. I am really a fan of this version of the costume. which Daredevil doesn't get until the final battle with the Kingpin in the very last episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of it in Season 2. Daredevil Season 2 drops on Netflix on March 18th and is set to feature the Punisher as the main antagonist and will introduce Elektra into the series. It will also see the return of Rosario Dawson, Eldon Henson, and Deborah Ann Woll, all reprising their roles from the first season. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day. Hi everyone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and make sure you head on over to TheBlaze and check out my weekly column where I do movie reviews and general Hollywood industry commentary. You can find the links for all those things in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.